Tonight on the Distort Report, Pervy Perp again busted for sex with teddy bear. Woman becomes pregnant in the mouth with baby squid after eating calamari. And man under the influence gets naked and bites off a chunk of a man's arm. These stories and more up next on the Distort Report. Good evening, and I'm Ross, and welcome to another installment of the Distort Report. Let's get right to it now. Pervy Perp again busted for sex with a teddy bear. Records show that this idiot right here, Charles Marshall, has had his fourth arrest in the past 2 years for jerking off in public with the aid of a helpless teddy bear. His first bust was back in February of 2010 when Marshall was witnessed engaging, quote, with a teddy bear in a men's bathroom, end quote, at a public library, prompting at the judge's request for him to stay away from public libraries. Now you flash forward to November of the same year, and again in August of 2011, he was caught yet again for, quote, masturbating with a stuffed animal, the teddy bear, and masturbating using a teddy bear in a public place where minors were likely to be present, end quote. He ended up with a short jail sentence, small fines, and according to the article, the cops didn't even want to retrieve the teddy bear. Disgusting. Police say a man tries to burn, self, and store, but no one gives him a lighter. According to authorities, a former Gainesville, Florida gas clerk, he had left several threatening phone calls and was threatening to burn his former place of work. So in retaliation, he returned to the gas station where he used to work, poured gasoline on himself and his car, and tried to set both on fire. But here's the thing. Upon asking for a lighter, no one gave him one. Not even a cigarette. He was arrested and charged with aggravated assault and attempted arson of a structure. Woman, who is 63 years old, becomes pregnant in the mouth with baby squid after eating calamari. A claim in a biotech report says the octomum was eating a portion of cooked squid when in her mouth she felt a sharp pain. And according to her, she said it felt something like bug-like organisms. Ugh! Upon examination, doctors discovered baby cephalopods attached to her mouth. Formerly identified as squid spermatophores, these baby pods attach an ejaculatory apparatus, or a penis, and expel sperm forcefully where over time it forms a cement-like material to make them stick. Doctors successfully removed the baby pods from her gums, tongue, and cheek. And there is no need to worry about eating these little creatures in the United States of America because they are removed prior putting them in your mouth. Interesting stuff there. Man calls 911 over sandwich order. Now let's hear what this Hartford, Connecticut man has to say about this.
I specifically asked for little turkey and little ham and a lot of cheese and a lot of mayonnaise, and they're giving me a hard time. I'm wondering if you can stop by and just
Who is this?
This is Rob McGlenn. I was just wondering if you could just.
You're calling 911 because you don't like the way that they're making your sandwich?
Exactly.
So then don't buy it.
Okay.
I would be just as confused as that dispatcher. Okay, well, according to the article, this guy is a regular at the deli, and he says he fears they won't make a sandwich specifically ordered in future requests. However, the deli owner says when he placed a phone order for 14 sandwiches, he made them upon request, but he didn't want to pay for them. That's when he dialed 911, and the deli owner refused to take them back because they were special orders. A few days later, when he called the deli, he apologized and said he'd come back for another time for more sandwiches. Well, no charges were filed. That is freaking dumb. A McDromedary burger, listen to this one, camel meat on the menu in Sydney. This Middle Eastern delicacy is now on most menus in Sydney along kangaroo and crocodile dishes. Also known as hump steak, camel meat now tries to compete with beef and lamb. Listen to that. At one location, you could buy a camel burger for $6, deer not included. Wink, wink. And apparently customers love this crap. One person says it looks like everyone wants to be their own man versus food nowadays. And lately, more Australians are piquing their curiosity to sampling more meat delicacies around the world, such as goat. Police say Birdman here interrupted U.S. ceremony and he was drunk. Now, did you hang with this guy?
That's kind of the difference. I got off to a slow start, but I knew that I knew
always something to spice matters up.
Now this right here, he is Birdman, who is really 40-year-old Andrew James Dudley of Britain. He's also known by Jungle Bird, who by night is a deforestation activist. He wasn't arrested since he wasn't trespassing, held a ticket to the event, and just made a bird call. But he was turned into the drunk tank. Police say woman glued to a toilet seat in Walmart bathroom. The headline says it all, folks. Kentucky police don't know whether it was accidental or intentional. And that EMS had to remove her from the toilet seat. The end for that story. 400-pound woman arrested for wearing a birthday suit on a bus bench. Whoa. Dateline June 21st, Miami, Florida. An initial $100 bond was settled for this woman, Patricia McCollum, who was arrested and charged with exposure of sexual organs in public. That is disgusting. Currently homeless, McCollum was sitting ass naked on a bus bench, and she was saying that, quote, "That's why I was changing my clothes on the bus bench. I don't have anywhere else to say but bus benches," end quote. That's what she said. But according to documents, she already has a list of petty offenses, and this isn't her first offense sitting naked on a bus bench either. And speaking of plus-size friendlies, gym bans skinny people. A Vancouver gym named the Body Exchange made the bold move to ban skinny people in hopes of fostering a friendly workout environment for a primarily plus-size clientele. The gym has a strict policy that only plus-size or fat persons can go there without fear of being criticized or stared at. So the question remains is what happens when they get skinny? And just like how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop, the world may never know. Well, guys, that's it for today's stupid news. But before I go, listen to this. It's a new addition to the Distort Report. Now, lately, there have been reports of zombie apocalypse is approaching. You've heard stories of the Canadian cannibal porn star, or the Floridan, zombie face-eating dude, or the bath salts gone wild stories. But listen to this right here. Because the media's been coming up with so many freaking stories of the zombie apocalypse lately, we decided to install a new story, for you to hear at home. Installment. Yeah, I screwed that one up totally, but here we go. This one is called The Eater's Digest. Zombie shit that's found in print. There I go on? Okay, here we go. Man under the influence gets naked, bites off chunk of a man's arm. A Florida father-in-law by the name of Jeffrey Blake and his son-in-law. They were abound in a scuffle after his son-in-law showed up drug-induced to visit his kids. The son-in-law was found in a fit of rage, tearing off his clothes and throwing furniture around. Does it sound somewhat familiar here, folks? Especially the Florida incident? Even multiple stun gun shots were immune to his actions. The son-in-law, that is. While trying to attack his father-in-law when police arrived. The son-in-law was arrested after some time, but get this, the report states that a chunk of meat was torn off of Blake's arm, but he really only ended up with a bruised bicep and a minor puncture. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was tonight's installment of the Distort Report. Right here. That is the Facebook for the Distort Report, and I want you to join it because you can get more than this stuff right here. You can find daily doo-doo because we post daily all this stuff and fluff that you wouldn't see in the news. Because I tell you one thing, the Distort Report is real stupid news, and we'll see you next time.